Something's amiss. It's not starting, Ed. Kick it and spit on it once.
My lips. Can you read my lips? Hey, YouTubers and friends. I had my mute on. I pulled an Ed. Hey, we have a good friend of ours with us tonight. Gold Dredger came out of the gate hot into the prospecting community, and now she's, well, you'll find out when you get to meet her. So don't go away. Stay tuned for the return of our friend, Karrie Tucker, right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. This is Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday Night Hangout Live. With your hosts, Ed Marvin, Jess, and Dano. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is a Flash in Your Pan production.
Hey, everybody, how you doing? Dano, Jesse, unmute, amigos. Oops, sorry, Dano. Unmute, Jesse.
I did. I am.
Quit hitting that button. Every time you hit that button, I go to hit it. Blinks again.
See what he has to put up with, everybody.
Right. You would think that by now all you have to do is go ahead and unmute, guys. And we have done this a couple of times now. We know how to go from yeah, that unmutes me. So I know how to unmute, so you don't have to keep pressing that damn button to tell me to unmute.
Okay. I'm doing good. How about you, Jesse?
I was doing fine until you hit that damn button.
Dano?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be at work. Got to be here. That's a good thing.
I see some Cali's brothers in there and East Coast Prospecting.
Oh, yeah.
Matt from Virginia.
And if
Who's
you
with
guys ain't
us.
subscribed to Bedrock Bennett, subscribe to him and look at his most recent video. You will have a fit.
Yeah, I heard about it, Bennett. I heard about it. Hey, Luke Duke, Dan Zoller. Mike, how you doing? Mike and Melissa from Eminem
Hey,
Prospecting.
Eminem Prospecting. What's up, guys?
There they are. What's going on, guys?
You know Matt's PG Prospecting, right, guys?
No, Matt. Which Matt?
Matt, his dad Bob took me up in his airplane.
What's the matter? Can't you say his last name?
No.
Neither can I.
Where's BJ at?
I don't know. Yes, that's who I figured that was. Welcome.
We have our friend Brian and Eric Robinson from Shutter Sluices.
American Woodland Relics. Hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing, AWR? Welcome, man. Welcome.
Hey, Jim from Video Calling.
Jim.
Hey, look, Karrie Tucker's in the house tonight. Nice.
Awesome. We're having her for our guest tonight. What a coinkadink.
Yeah. Hey,
Thanks.
I hope, Karen, you took care of that porn spam, right?
New Jersey Detector's here. Welcome, North Jersey Detector.
Hello, Susan.
Hey, North Jersey Detectors, how you doing? Chris, Yeti Mountain Trading.
American Woodland Relics.
Welcome. Yeah, that's right, Luke Duke.
Yeah.
LBPA for life.
Luke's seen the video. Luke's seen it.
Susan Hamilton, how are you? We need to get her out on the stream. She's in the gold belt of Georgia.
We should go out in her stream.
There you go.
Pardon me.
Bob Dip's here. I see Bob.
Yeah, Bob Dip was first in the chat room tonight.
Yes,
We
he
have
was.
Jim from Video Calling Show with us. Anthony, how you doing, T-Bone?
See old Jared there. He's been really busy tonight.
Yeah, he was modding for someone else
He
earlier.
just deleted 50 messages and banned them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's the mean moderator
There's
machine.
Bob.
Jeez.
SpongeBob Square Nail.
Hey, Bob.
What up, Bob?
Hey, Henry.
Gee.
Welcome, welcome. I am doing well, T-Bone. Hope you are too. Excellent, excellent. Well, what do you think about bringing in our guests? Or do you want to talk about what a great time we had at our outing? We did that last week.
Well, we still had a great time.
We had an awesome time. I had an awesome time.
I'm working on putting those videos that I have together for you into some little sequence so that I can get them over to you so that you can do your little sequence thing yourself and add it to the collection.
Good, good. Dano got me some good footage too.
Well, I sent you some too already.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's right.
So when's that going to be done?
When it gets done, it's in editing.
It's in editing, okay.
It's with the editor right now.
That's
He's
like
busy.
my go-to comeback for that stuff, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't believe what I have in editing right now, Jesse. And it was
I would, because
it was our trip to Vermont.
I know. Oh,
And I also have a couple
hey, Flower
others
Gold
in there
Wizards.
too.
Hey, Family Prospecting, John.
We have
Cassidy.
our Aussie friends in here too. I believe I saw Karrie Prospecting. How do you pronounce that?
What's that, Grotty?
Yeah, Grotty
Grotty? Yes.
I like her hair.
Well, so let's bring our American friend Karrie in.
Looks like we had
Yeah.
somebody drive by our outing here. Anthony McKean says was our outing in Butler on Route 95.
Yes, it was, T-Bone. Yes, it was. It was,
You know where.
yes, you know where.
An undisclosed location.
Private property.
That's right. Well, it's been a long time since we had Karrie on. And I remember first meeting Karrie, and you can unmute now, Karrie. There she is. Oh, did I mute it again?
I got
it. I remember first meeting Karrie at the Gold Show. Oh, what, three years ago or so, down in
Yeah, that's. I
Dayton.
think.
The Dayton show?
Yeah. Well, either that or the Indiana show.
Dayton.
Dayton.
We were both having a cigarette by the side door. We started
Yeah.
talking, and you were just getting your feet wet, so to speak, into the prospecting lifestyle at that time, right?
Oh man, I went head first down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, look where you are now.
Yeah.
You're living the dream.
Right. You're living that dream, and a lot of us would like to do. But
Yeah.
just can't for whatever reason. We've talked about this before with other people.
Yeah.
It's the dream and it's cool. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how's things going with your dream?
There's been some ups and downs, but that's gonna be with anything really. Last year was my first full season as a full-time miner, and learned a lot, and had a great time, met a lot of people. Then I came home, I don't know, late September-ish, and hung out here in Ohio for a little while, and did some things around here. The nice thing, I mean, a lot of people would love to do what I do, and that's go full time because of children or family. The reason I get to go is because no, I don't have any children. I have family responsibilities. That's why I'm back here in Ohio now. That's the nice thing about this line of work is you can be really flexible. So I mean, there's good and there's bad. For as much as I want to be out on the river right now, your body can't take a lot of it. I've been going for about 7 weeks now, and my body's like, you need to take a break. So, I mean, it's been great. It's been fun. And a couple more weeks, I'm going to head back out and go at it again.
Do you do any?
Where are some of the places you've been to?
Last year, well, I actually have my own claim out in Idaho. So I was out there for a little while, and then was out north of Boise with Ken, and Lou and Robert came out, and Kylie and his wife Sue were out there with us. We spent about 6 weeks. And then I went down to Colorado. I didn't do any mining in Colorado. I hit a gem show down there. I was there for a couple days. I also spent some time in Georgia last year. And then this year, I met with Rich and Darth and them down in Virginia for Memorial Day weekend. And then I went down to Alabama with Lou and Robert. So I've been down there for 5 weeks or so. So I've been all over.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But might as well. You're still young and able.
Yeah, I wrote a post on Facebook last year, right around this time. I think I don't know. But my dad passed away a couple of years ago, and I really learned a lot. And he told me, he said, Karrie, don't die with regrets. Do what you want to do. It may work, it may not, but at least you know you tried. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying.
It's better to have tried than, sat
Yep.
around and gone, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish
Hmm.
I would have gone there.
You
I wish I would
be
have climbed that tree.
when you can be saying, "I did that. I've been there."
Yeah,
So
Yep.
absolutely.
I mean, even if you don't get to do everything you want to do, at least you did what you could.
Right. Yeah, and things change almost monthly. I have plans, and it seems like every plan that I make, um, the big man upstairs laughs at me and is like, "No." So,
That's a better plan.
yeah, there's a better plan, and some of my interests have changed, but it's still along the mining field.
Right.
But I'm still out there going after the gold, and you know,
Right.
I'm hitting and getting and trying to do my best.
Well, it says a lot when you can take those situations and turn them around to your advantage.
Right. Yeah.
So even if it doesn't feel like it does serve a purpose. So
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're in this line of work, you need to be flexible because
oh yeah.
I mean, even when you're out on the claim, with breakdowns and injuries, I've had a few injuries last year. It's been reoccurring. So I mean, you just have to kind of go with the flow and either sit down or go to plan B. And
Right.
and I do a lot of plan Bs.
Yeah, me too.
So, but
Here, before our outing, the one we just had, about a week before, my knee, for some reason, has gone out on me.
yeah.
And I don't know why, other than that I woke up one morning just another day older, and that was
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, so you got to deal with it and work through it and move on.
absolutely. The injury that I keep dealing with is my shoulder. A couple years ago, I tore the trapezius muscle. It's the one that goes down your shoulder.
Been there,
I
done that.
I ripped that moving some half barrels at work,
Uh-huh.
and I don't go doctors. I don't do physical therapy. Well, I'm kind of paying for it now, so you tape it up and you take some ibuprofen and you just kind of keep going.
Yeah,
how do you get ready for when you go? What do you do any exercises or workout?
Yeah, I try and do well. Before I left this year, I really started working on my shoulders and my upper body, because that those, when you're dredging, those take the brunt of everything, as you guys know. So yeah, I try and do stretching is the big thing. If you have to stretch your muscles, and I start about a month or 2 months before I have a trip. I start stretching out my back and my shoulders and working on my core, and you can only do so much. It's when you get in the water, it's a backbreaker, and it's gonna, that first week is just gonna suck really bad, but you just kind of get over it and keep going.
right.
So what are you running nowadays?
I'm actually still running my 3-inch mini, my Keen. I love that dredge. I can put it in a lot of places.
It
It can
does have
go,
air, right?
yeah, oh yeah, I've got air, but I can put it in shallower parts. I can put it in, um, well, out in Idaho, there were some deeper areas that I didn't have any problems with. So I know the whole equation: the more you move, the more you make.
Right.
But with me being by myself, For
That
me
could
to
also
go,
mean the more you move, the more you break.
yeah, with me being out there by
Or the
myself,
more you move, the more you ache.
yeah, the bigger dredges are harder for me. So,
Oh, they're harder for anyone.
yeah,
My 4-inch dredge, Franken dredge, was a monster.
And you made that
yeah,
pretty, and you made that pretty lightweight, as big as it was, but still,
Considering some,
yeah,
yeah.
but still, it was a hog.
It was a
yeah,
beast moving it by yourself, let alone with 2 old guys.
Right.
yeah.
One old guy and one almost old.
Almost old. Okay, I'm not quite old yet, old man.
M&M Prospector says Franklin Dredge is still alive. Oh yes, it gets reincarnated often.
Hey, Victoria.
Oh,
Vicky.
Vicky, yes.
Yeah, I want to catch her Oregon trip when she goes. She better document it. Jeremy, welcome. I saw someone else came in I want to say hi to. Our friends over in Great Britain. Timmy and Cloudhopper Scott. I bet you it's Scott.
Oh, look, did you see who showed up? Ronald showed up this week.
Yeah, I told him it was about time.
Hey, Patrick O'Masters, what's up?
Hey, Patrick. Susan,
That's a good
Ava.
statement there, Mr. Obvious.
But
So I saw you respond to somebody about your trailer. How is your trailer doing?
It's doing well. I can actually say I'm happy I went this route. I basically redid a box trailer instead of going with a manufactured trailer. I didn't have the money to buy a manufactured, but I know the quality that has gone into mine,
Mhm.
and um, she has taken some major hits and has come through like a champ. So when you're going off road, you need something a little sturdier. I'm actually in the process of redoing some more of it. So
Yes, we were talking about the never-ending maintenance of home ownership.
yeah, and this is my home on wheels. So
do you
uh,
still have your other trailer too?
no, I actually traded the big trailer for a 4-wheeler. So the 4-wheeler came in more handy for me than
Right on, right on.
the 27-footer. So but yeah, this is just a 6x12 cargo trailer. I put some windows in it, put a vent fan in it, an awning, a screen door. It's got 2 inches of insulation, so I stay cool in the summer, warm in the wintertime. I do have to watch the condensation aspect of it because you're really not supposed to be sleeping in one of these things. They're not meant.
Right.
That's not what they're meant for. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be taking the shower out of it here in the next couple weeks, and
Are you going to replace it with an outdoor one or just?
I'm thinking about it. I'm not
Or
really
just go up
sure
till
yet.
you can't stand yourself and taking a shower?
Oh no, if I've done that. I have to take a shower after I get out of the water. It's call me Miss Priss. I don't care. But, um, no, I'm actually thinking about putting in a smaller refrigerator. I didn't have a refrigerator in here before. Down in Lewin Roberts, there's electricity, so and they have a bathhouse, so I
Right,
don't need
right.
my shower. The way I built this is things can come in and out fairly quickly. It changes with the plans that I make. There's no electricity in it. There's no plumbing in it. I made it that way, so everything is very flexible for me.
So
So
you
yeah,
could, so you could actually carry a portable shower that, got one of the heat bags.
if I do decide to put the shower back in, I will have a propane heat on demand. Those things are really nice. They're fairly cheap. They're like $120.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I mean I do have a fairly massive fear of fire. But I do travel with gasoline and propane as far away from me as possible, but you know, kind of weird. Okay. So yeah, everything's easily interchangeable.
So you still have that same feeling you had a year ago when you started this adventure?
If anybody is thinking about getting into this full time, get ready for a swift kick in the back kind. Let me tell you, you do need to diversify. And there were several conversations with a bunch of my friends before I went out. And, you know, I was very determined to go out and sustain on prospecting. You know, I did my fair share, but out west, they have dredging seasons. My claim is only
Yeah.
a 3-month season. Ken, where we were out at Ken's, he only had a 3-month season. So unless you're out there, you know, 4 weeks before your season starts and you're just chucking cobble so you can get out to down to bedrock, which could be anywhere from 5 to 30 feet, you know, depending. You're gonna do okay, but you're not going to. And especially with me only running a 3, it's
By
just
yourself.
kind of hard.
Well, I know that feeling when we had our claims back home in Washington, Karrie. Our dredge season was 1 month.
Oh wow.
And we were trying to get to a bottom of the sponge hole with 2 4-inchers,
Yeah.
and we year after year we always got decent gold, it seemed like, but we could never get to the honey of the pot, you know,
Yeah, I
and
mean that's
never get to the bottom.
that's the goal of everything is to get to bedrock. And I spent a lot of time on calcitite by the hot springs. And you know, with me being an East Coaster, we don't have hot springs here. You know, and like I said, I learned a lot out there. If you're out there and you're by hot springs, get away from the calcitite. You're not going to get through it. You can have dynamite. That crap don't move. Okay. So eventually I got off of it, but you know, you just don't have time to go down. I mean, I think I got between 8 and 10 feet. By the end, I was just coyote holing, and that's not safe at all.
Right.
Um, so you know, you have to diversify, and I'm now working with gems and stones. I'm planning a big trip down to Arizona in late January, early February. They have a big rock and mineral show that's like 3 weeks long down there. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm into. Like I said earlier, my interests have changed, but I'm still going out. I'm still getting the gold. I'm just working on some other things that are kind of eventually I want to go out and
Evolving.
get my own stones to cut, and you know, so it's still in the mining realm of
Right.
everything.
Well, you know, if you could, when you can't dredge because the season's over, you can always go dig for
Gems, yeah.
Gems, and you know, they're
or Idaho or wherever, you know.
yeah, absolutely. And
Hell, you can even come to Ohio and get flint.
I am planning on going down to get some flint.
Because believe it or not, there's people that want that. There's
Yes,
people that will buy that because
yes, I actually have a seller who's holding on to. It's called Nelly Blue Flint. Now, a lot of the flint here in Ohio is got the reds and the yellows, but this Nelly Blue Flint is dark blue and black. It's gorgeous stuff.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, I mean, eventually I might get my stuff together. But it's just, I'm just kind of doing my thing and
Right?
Go,
so,
girl, go.
So
yeah.
how long are you back home?
I'm only going to be here till the end of August. My grandmother's got to have some procedures done. I need to be over there with them for a little while. My mom needs some help as well. So, um, family comes first for me. And um, yeah, so I'm here at least till the end of August. And then I'm going to be heading back down to Alabama.
No, go back down there.
Uh,
Hang out with Lou, our buddy Lou.
Yep. Yeah.
Vicky asks Karrie, have you ever been to Montana Stone Lake?
No, on my way home last year, I wanted to go up through Montana really, really bad, but some things happened. I needed to get home quick, so I had to go shortest route possible. Um, so I really wanted to get to Montana this year. It just wasn't in the cards. Next year, possibly. So yeah, I love it out west. Not that the East Coast isn't pretty, but the West, I like it out there much. It's better, yeah.
I've
It's-
been to just about every state in the country. And
Same here.
they're all different. They all have their
You
good,
Pros
their
and
bad.
cons. Yeah.
And at the same time, they all kind of look alike.
Yeah.
You've been to one
Yeah.
city or town, and hey, wasn't I here before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, but that's the real beauty of traveling this country is you see everything in between.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're on the road. Flying over don't count. It's but traveling on the road is awesome. I don't know about you, but I like to take those. Wonder what's down that road.
Yes, absolutely. Most of the time, though, I've got the trailer on the back of the truck, so unless it's a fairly wide road, because I've been down some. I actually last year I cut the wires on my trailer because I pretty much jackknifed the trailer trying to turn around because I was on a really narrow road. So that's what the onboard toolbox is for.
Right.
Electrical tape but yeah, the next big thing I really would love to get up to New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, up in that area.
Well, if Brian was still here, we could have hooked you up with a very experienced Maine, New England dredger.
Oh, I would
Brian,
love to go up there.
Brian
'Cause I've
Wilder.
never been, so
Well, he's on our friends list on Facebook, Brian Wilder.
okay.
He's a
Very
really
cool
good guy, really experienced dredger, and he knows the area. Um, I'm sure he wouldn't mind you dredging with them or in this vicinity.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, but he could give you some really cool pointers on your trailer too.
Yeah.
You should see his get up.
Oh yeah, but it's like 3 times as big as yours, if
Right,
not
but he's
6
still-
times.
Yeah. I
When you were down there at Lou's,
uh-huh.
did you guys hit that new GPAA claim?
They were gonna go. I think they were gonna go sometime over the 4th. We were busy out on. They had a couple of permission places that we could go, so I spent a majority of my time down there on Prescription Creek. I wanted to go over. Maybe next time when I go down, but no, I didn't make it down over there.
What have you
But
heard about it?
I've heard about it. Yeah, I actually got to meet Adam Broach is the state director down there for GPAA. He came over to the house a couple times. Was able to meet him. Pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to go over there.
What have you heard about the property? I mean, have you heard any reports at all about it
Yeah. From what I hear, the gold is good. The water it's a nice wide waterway, similar to Swank up here in Ohio.
Yeah, cool.
I know they had a 6-inch down there. Down in Alabama, I think you can go up to an 8 before you have to have a permit.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
but again,
like
if
Lou's
you're,
neighbor
yeah,
with his
if you,
with his yacht.
oh yeah, he's got the 6. Yeah, but I mean, if you're with me running a 3, you have to keep it all in perspective. If you're running a 6, of course, there's going to be great gold.
Right.
I run a third of what they run on the 6,
Sure.
so I could still get great gold on the 3, but you never know where it's going to be.
We have some questions in the room, Karrie.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan on taking the trip to Alaska?
I would love to go to Alaska. I will not be going by myself. So not sure when I'm going to be making that up there. I don't have Lou and Robert are my mining partners. And going up to Alaska is probably not in their near future. So I would love to go up, just don't know when.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to read the comments too. I can't. I mean, I can see them, but they're going kind of fast.
You might. I have it on slower mode too. I think I used to.
Say hi to a couple people.
If you ever get a chance around north of Spokane and
Yeah.
like in the Okanagan territory of Washington State, along the Similkameen River, if you can ever have an opportunity to do any mining in the Okanagan of Washington, do it.
Okay.
I've seen nuggets off the Similkameen the size of bananas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Last I heard, I don't know if you can dredge in Washington right now.
You can still dredge in Washington.
Oh, okay.
Oregon you
then.
can't no more, and California's still going through the same old BS they've been going through
Yeah.
for way, way too long. But
Right.
yeah, they're keeping the anti-mining side of things to the miners fight back pretty good in Washington, so
Right.
why you still can. I wouldn't miss the opportunity if you get it in your travels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karrie, you've been to Indiana, right? Didn't you go to Pirate Cove?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple times, few
Yeah,
times.
that's what I thought.
I've only been over to Indiana once. That's when we all went over to Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luke Duke wanted to know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Busy Bee Detecting.
Yeah, I saw Susan ask why I wouldn't go by myself. Most of the time, I do some stupid stuff a lot.
Join the crowd.
As most of all of us have. But I keep it in this perspective. Like, yeah, I go out by myself, but if something were to happen, I'm a dead woman, especially if I'm under the water and something happens. So, safety is my number one priority with me being by myself. Especially like out on the road. But like out in Idaho, we had to be 100 feet apart. Now, Lou did come over and she cobbled for me every once in a while, but they were overdoing their thing. I was overdoing mine, and
Right.
well, you kind of get tunnel vision when you're underwater sometimes. And at one point, I was like, "You do fish your head down in between two boulders. You're by yourself."
That can be very bad.
So, yes, safety is.
You need to watch Lou's video again on dredging, Karrie, where she talks about it, and it's so true. Terrace it like
Oh
you would
yeah,
an
yeah,
open pit mine, so it
yeah,
don't cave
absolutely.
on
And I
you.
dredge like that. It's just when you've got one thing, when the gold takes over, and you got to be careful with that when you're out there. When that gold takes over,
Oh
Right, when you get that tunnel vision,
safety
yeah.
goes out the window. And
Oh, I've been down there before in a deep hole, and then you finally get a light bulb go off. Go,
yeah,
hey, dumbass. If you undermine that boulder too much more,
yes,
they could be dragging you out later. So,
absolutely. And I have a rule with me. I know the way that I run my dredge. I know I've got 3 hours. I can run 3 hours on a full tank of gas. I almost always stop about an hour and a half to clean out because I only run a single stage, and it takes me literally 10 minutes to clean the box. But to fill up, I never ever do a full 2.5 or 3 hour run ever, just for that reason right there. So
okay, now with masks, are you wearing a traditional mask now, or are you into the full face?
no, I'm still doing the mask and regulator. I don't have a full face mask yet, which I mean, I tried one, but it was one of the black ones that went around your face, and that was way too claustrophobic for me. I actually don't mind the regulator at all. You know, so I might eventually go to a full face mask, but it's not on the top of my priority list right now.
hey, did you see that, Ed?
Yeah,
We,
apparently,
we won
I
pay dirt.
I won pay
We won
dirt
pay
for
We won pay dirt.
what?
Flashing your
We.
pan. I thought we were all flashing your
I
pan.
mean,
You always say that, Tony?
right?
It's all of us.
I thought that it
All of
was
us.
with
It's always us.
stickers.
It's all of us.
I thought that was with
It's ours.
stickers. Well, we'll have a gold panning party. You come over and I'll feed it to you a spoon at a time. That way we can make it last.
Yeah.
I guess Golden Pay Dirt Reviews.
Yep.
Second place.
That's the rumor.
I haven't heard anything. Well, I believe Martin has my address. So. Oh boy. Now where were we? Okay. The safety, on the other hand, being a single woman, I know you're very capable and stuff, and I'm sure if you had to, you could kick the crap out of most men. But do you pack?
Absolutely. There have only been a few instances, and Rich will tell you, when I get mad, I go off like dynamite. I've actually, there was one time when I was pissed off about something, and I picked up my entire dredge, threw it in the back of the truck. But yeah, I don't.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
could
don't.
I.
Yeah, I don't. When I'm out on the road by myself, Mr. Smith and Mr. Weston come with me everywhere.
Good
They're
girl, good
right.
girl.
They're right. My piece is right by me all the time. If I'm out on a claim by myself, I always have it with me, and then I do have the 12 gauge in the trailer as well. And then I do have a 22 long rifle. That's not going to do anything, but it's just another piece just in case.
It's amazing what damage a 22 bullet will do, though.
Yeah, man.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it'll sting a little bit.
Well, you place it
So,
in the right spot, it'll do more than sting.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Ask her if she has tried the Gold Claw and what, guys?
What
Does
does she think
What do you
about
think
it?
of
I've not tried the gold claw yet. A lot of the people that I go out with have it and have used it. There, you know, I guess it's one of those pieces of equipment where you either love it or you hate it. I've not heard anything like in between. I
Well,
know some
Ooh.
that absolutely love it.
here's the in between.
Okay.
Here's the in between. Once you learn it,
Yeah.
once you learn how to operate it, you'll love it.
Yeah.
It's like that with Dream Mat, huh,
Right.
Jesse?
Yeah. Once you learn how to work it, you'll love it.
I've got some Dream Mat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you using it?
Absolutely.
And
I actually run because I have a little cleanup sluice that Rich Cooley made for me. So I actually
you got a Coolie? Which one?
I got Cooley number 5.
Oh, I got Coolie 7.
Okay. What kind of sluice mask is carry? Oh, Luke, when I'm out on my claim out in Idaho and generally everywhere else, I use miner's moss all the way down with carpet underneath. And then when I'm down in Alabama, because they are so garnet heavy, I just use carpet. But
Well,
anyway, back to the Dream Mat. I use I do a double stage. I run my first run through the vortex matting, and then my second run through the Dream Mat because the Dream Mat clears so much more. But I have the littler one, so if you run anything plus 20 through it, it clogs up the little vortexes. So I have to kind of classify it down first. That's why I run it through the vortex in the beginning, just to classify it all down.
hey, however you use it, you know.
Yeah.
It's my
Yeah.
primary mat for everything. Because
Have I heard that they are making a Dream Mat for a Dredge?
I have it.
Oh, they have been. Okay,
They
how is
have it.
that?
I don't know. I haven't used it yet. I used the
Caleb
Tradi-
uses one in his.
he
Oh, he
got
does. Okay.
he
Yeah,
got
his
the
4-inch
first
Dredge.
one.
Right.
And I got some. I'm gonna cut down for my 2-inch.
But you have
Okay.
a 3-inch Dredge,
Yeah.
right? How wide is the box in it?
14-inch.
Well, you can put 2 6-inch in there. No, you put it.
I would have to cut them
8
out.
and a
See,
6. You can
I
put
don't
an 8
have
and
a
a 6
traditional 3. I have the 3-inch mini.
Okay, but you can put a 3 and a 6 in there side by each. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Every
sure how
14
you cut
inches?
them down or anything
No,
like
you wouldn't need to.
that. Oh, okay.
You would get a 6, an 8 and a 6.
Okay.
Dream mat, just a regular mat. And that will handle your 3-inch Dredge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or-
used a regular mat, a
or
10
you
by
could get
36
the
for a
12.
long time.
It's a 12 by 36 Dredge mat.
Yeah, but her
Box
box
is
is 14. Oh,
Yeah, it's a little narrower than a normal
Right.
because on I don't have the 2 sets of floats. I just have the 1 set. So the frame is a little different than a traditional 3. So my box is a little bit more narrow.
Okay. So, but it's 14 inches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does. You could easily take a 12-inch Dredge mat that he has, and put spacers on the side,
yeah.
1-inch spacers on each side of the mat, because material's going to run down it. You know,
Regardless.
Right.
So.
I see a question on here from Metal Detecting Adventures. Does Karrie ever find any relics or coins while dredging? I have found coins, not any. I think the oldest coin I found was a 1947 wheat penny. Relics, I've not found any relics. I mean, I found a lot of trash, a lot of lead. I did find the top of a toilet tank
Relic.
Alabama, and I found a
Relic.
yeah. Yeah. So no, I've not found any relics. You do have to make sure the state that you're in, if you find any relics, if you have to turn them in to someone or report them to a state agency. So you know,
Right, every state,
follow the law.
every state you go through, you're gonna have to really find what their
Absolutely.
laws and their regulations are.
And
before-
not only that, it's each waterway, it seems like, has their own. I know some of the waterways down in
Right.
Alabama, some of the property owners own to the middle of the waterway, while and others they only own up to the bank. So you really have to do your research to make sure you're not trespassing.
It's out west. A lot of it's so much different than like here, and
Yeah.
it varies state to state.
Yep.
It gets crazy sometimes, huh?
Absolutely.
My brother just came in. Hey, Jim. I don't see the birthday boy yet, guys. Do you?
Let me answer Victoria's question here
Oh.
about how to deal with that thick mat up the top. You know what works really well, believe it or not, as a ramp in front of that green mat, Vicky, is Gorilla Tape.
Oh, yeah, it does work.
You take Gorilla Tape up to the front edge of that that part of the mat and run it down to your sluice box, and it makes a great ramp. Hey, Tazzy.
Hey,
GoPro.
Brad.
That Gorilla Tape's good for a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, it works really well.
Well,
But for putting that mat down, because that's the only place that you really need to hold it down at is right at the very front leading edge of that mat.
and
So if you get
Vicky,
the water to go over the top of that, it stays down.
like in my jet flare of my 2-inch dredge, I just have a wire. It's
Right.
a real stiff wire, and I have 2 little bends on each end, and I push it down into that lip, and it holds it right tight to the jet flare of my 2-inch. Nice. So
Man, it doesn't take a whole lot to hold those in place. Sometimes even just well, the main thing about the front is getting water from going underneath there. So that Gorilla Tape, nice wide piece of Gorilla Tape, it'll do it. It'll take care of your ramp problem. So, okay, I answered her question.
hey Jeff, No Gold in Utah, how you doing? GoPro Unlimited. Yes, really. Vicky. Sorry, Karrie.
No, do your thing. I'm just sitting here reading comments.
That's what happens to us sometimes. You'll be sitting there,
Yeah.
you're talking, we're listening, but we're also reading.
The problem with me is if I start reading too much, then I completely tune you guys out.
Would you mind taking any calls?
No, go right ahead. I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna be putting the link and stuff down in the description. If it don't show up automatically here in a minute, feel free to refresh your page.
Hi, Patrick Moore. Did you get your coin?
I'll put the link out in the
Hey, look who just showed up.
chat
Rich
room
Coin.
only. Also, hey Rich, how you doing?
Hello, Rich.
You're rich.
Martin, how you doing? You missed a
It takes
great
you to have him come
outing.
to our show.
You
Hey,
missed a great
Martin.
outing. We understand being sick and stuff, but you missed a great outing. Would have been worth the drive.
You could have been the one eating crickets, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Mine were really salty. And salt and vinegar. I should have grabbed the cheeseburger one off of Mike. Maybe I would have got him second.
Yeah, Ed actually thought he came in second for a while till.
Well, I was done, even though I was going nom, 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 nom. It just salty and vinegary.
Say them salt and vinegar crickets are tasty, weren't they?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bob, chocolate covered crickets would be too easy.
Yeah, that would have been too easy. I guess these were really dry and bad.
They were dry and gritty.
Gritty.
Hey, Rob C. Rob C. I think Karrie isn't sure who I am.
I know who he is.
Okay.
It's Darth.
Should we kick him out now or what?
You kick him out now or what?
We have the fastest booter in YouTube. Just say the word. Welcome, Rob C. All right. We have a link in the chat room. If you want to ask our guest a question, feel free to join us.
Yeah.
Calls.
Rich. She is a heck of a dredger.
Calls get answered in the order they came in. Please mute the live feed and listen only to Zoom. And please wear a headset. Earbuds or whatever.
Yeah, that's Shan had that problem, Bob. He had a couple stuck between his teeth.
Ew.
A couple legs.
Oh.
Hey Tom, how you doing, Tom Sawyer? Thanks.
Sawyer TV.
I think they're all intimidated by you, Karrie.
No, they shouldn't be. I'm just.
I thought Rich would have hit it here.
Yeah, no
If you call
doubt.
here, I know where you live.
Now, you can't be afraid of a gun-toting, gold-dredging, independent woman, guys. Come on. We're a bunch of prospectors.
So what kind of changes you gonna make to your trailer now that you've been in it a year? I'm sure you got something.
Well, I had a queen size bed in here. I took that out because I put the 4-wheeler back here. So I've had a hammock. I actually sleep better in the hammock than I do on a traditional bed. It's kind of weird. And then what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna put all the storage went away, so the shower's coming out. Storage is coming up front.
Okay, whoever calls in Skype, I'm not gonna answer. So you have to call in through Zoom, not Skype. That could have very well been Nugget Brain. But,
Nugget Brain.
but
did you make it to his outing?
No.
Karrie?
Oh.
Who's outing?
Nugget Brains?
No, I really haven't been. Like I said earlier, once I got back from Idaho, I kind of went really dark. No social media, no outings, no nothing. So I haven't. I've only been in contact with just a few people. I'm now starting to come out, you know, starting to post on more social media, and I'm doing this show.
Yeah, I was gonna say this show. You're kind of out there now.
Yeah. So, but no, it's been great catching up with you guys, and I miss all of the East Coasters that I used to hang out with because I don't get out. Last year I was, I wasn't here, and this year I've been out. So we'll definitely have to get another outing or something going. So
Well, there's a few outings happening here this month and next.
yeah,
And on through the Gold Rush days.
Gold Rush Days in September. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Labor Day weekend.
right. First, which is the first.
Okay. I might be in town. It all depends on some things here. Because I was planning on going down the end of August, like the last week of August, but things may change. But I'm definitely going back down. So you never know. I might show up at Gold Rush Days.
Well, that'd be cool.
So
Rich, you gotta hit that link that's up there. Ed just put up there.
Don't call
Look
me
at that
in Skype, Rich. We're not on Skype. We're on Zoom.
That link right there, Rich.
And there is an option. You'll see on the lower end of the page, it will say join by browser if you don't want to download the app. But we're not using Skype, so if anyone else calls in by Skype,
It
they'll
won't work.
get ignored. It won't work. Apparently, Vicky,
I'm
but
going back
it's
through the
okay.
comments. I see Dan Zoller said, "I'd like to hang out with Karrie." Well, tell me where you're at, and if I'm in the area, we can go mining.
California.
He's in California.
Oh shit! Maybe next year, Dan.
I believe he's in the Hangtown area.
Okay.
Auburn. Right in the mother lode.
So no dredging.
Well
Sucks.
then,
What good is it?
now I did hear that they were going to allow dredging as long as there was no gold historically found in the waterway, which pretty much
Okay.
negates every single waterway almost in California. So
Victoria wants to know what you use for a gear bag.
gear bag. Is she talking for like what I take out to my dredge, or
I'm not quite sure.
what I
you guys
use?
For gear bags.
Because I've got a lot of bags. I've got.
I was gonna say, she's talking about the bags themselves. I prefer canvas.
Yeah, I've got several. Like I've got a massive med bag. Pretty much everything you need, I've got in there.
Right.
Israeli bandages, sutures, steri strips, all sorts of, anything that you possibly could need for an injury, I have. Then I've got, what other bags? I've got my electronics bag, which has my computer, my cameras, my, all my chargers. I've got a lot of bags because that's how I move a lot of my gear between my truck and my trailer if I have to. I don't have like one big giant trunk. So like I've got a bag for all my wetsuit gear. I've got totes. I use a lot of storage totes as well that are all sort of organized.
Kind of, sort of.
When I leave for a trip, everything is nice. It's packed great. Airlines and air tanks are sterilized and there's lists. But when I'm coming home, the crap just kind of gets thrown wherever. And then I deal with it later.
My stuff sits in my car for a day or two before I even unpack it.
Yeah. I actually just finished unpacking. Well, I took the cap off my truck today because I've decided I don't want the four-wheeler to come into the trailer anymore. It's going to go on the back of my truck. So the cap came off the truck today for the first time in, I don't know, 3.5 years. So everything is constantly changing for me. I can never make it. Every decision that I make, it gets changed, and things constantly are getting moved. So, but yeah.
Come on, Rich. Try it again.
It's easy. Just click the link. You'll come to a page.
Jesse, don't go fishing. What does that mean,
I have
Jesse?
no idea. I don't know what Bob Vila talks about half the time. He says really off the wall stuff to me, so I don't know. But I don't go
Now, I
fishing.
don't know about you guys, but my fishing poles and tackle box go with me all the time. Except I didn't take it down. It will be going with me this time. Last trip, I didn't take it because I ran out of room, but they will be going with me this time.
Yeah, I haven't picked up a pole probably about
You're out there.
since I started doing this. I haven't gone fishing.
Really?
Yeah, I just
I love fishing.
I do too. Trust me. Hell, I haven't even gone up to Lake Erie to do any perch fishing or walleye fishing or anything.
I used to go walleye fishing with my dad all the time. Loved it. Didn't love getting
In the
seasick.
river or out on the lake?
Out on the lake, we used to go up off of Lorraine.
How do you get to the river alone?
Get to the river alone.
Yeah, Vicky asks.
Like generally if I'm alone, I'm at a GPAA claim, so the waterway's fairly close by. When I'm out with a group. Now, when we were in Virginia, we had to get on the 4-wheeler, go about a quarter mile down a mountain, and take all the equipment down that way, which really
But you probably wouldn't go to places like that on your own, would you?
no.
Yeah, I
No.
wouldn't. I wouldn't either.
So places you go have easier access and
Yes.
other members coming and going, and hey,
Yeah,
there
if
he
I'm out in
is.
God's country somewhere, and safety is always number one in my brain when I'm on the road. If I'm out on a claim, like I was out in Georgia by myself last year before I hooked up with Lou and Robert out in Idaho. Safety is always. It's almost to a point where it prevents me from doing something because my anxiety starts. Okay, so if this happens and you got to be able to do this, that's why my medical bag is massive. So yeah, safety is a big thing, and if I'm out in God's country somewhere and I get stuck, I'm gonna be there until someone comes by and
Or you figure out how to get unstuck.
or I figure out how to get unstuck. And if I'm down there dredging underwater by myself, you need to figure that out fast.
Well, we have a mutual friend with us, Rich Cooley. Can you hear us, Rich? Rich.
I see Darth asked if I got my ATV fixed. Yes, we got the starter fixed, but now it needs a new battery.
Always something.
Always, always, always.
Down in your lower left corner, Rich, there's a place to choose your microphone and which microphone you're using.
In the meantime, we got some new people here. Hey, Donald Duck, or Donald DK, or Donald K. Oh, Donald K.
Well, we have another caller also. It goes by the name of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, can you hear us? We can't hear you. And I don't have the option to unmute.
Huh.
Hello.
Why don't you have the option?
It's not giving me the option. That's why.
Well, I'll answer Bob in Missouri's question while you're trying to figure that out. What's Thermo City like? We were there. It's
We
a
were
pay to dig place. It's not bad. They got gold. You got a stream with gold in it. You pay for dirt and you run it.
Yeah.
Oh, Donald Knox. That's who that is. Donald K. Okay.
Yeah. Donald Knox.
I didn't know that.
Oh. Well, I have Rich in the room, and I have this big fat Bigfoot guy.
And Rob
wave a bag of
Rob
Jack
C
Links
said,
around.
somebody wave a bag of Jack Links around. Come on, Rich. We see you. I see you're here.
Yeah.
Wonder why they can't get unmuted.
I don't know.
I don't know.
On your Zoom page at the bottom, there's a bar down there.
Bottom left hand.
Bottom left hand says mute. And if you click on the little up arrow there, it gives you options.
That's right. Like microphones and
Right.
there he
Hey,
is.
look who's here. Oz, what's up?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Rich, how you doing, Rich?
Oh man, this is George just trying to call in here.
You got it now.
Yeah, we had to switch because of Skype, and I can't run two computers and do my show like our friend Tim does. So.
Right, I've never done this before. It's the first time in Zoom, so we'll see how it works. How's Karrie doing?
Good, honey. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was listening to the show. I couldn't get in the chat room right away because I forgot my password. So
Oh.
into YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And then I had Flash of the Pan phone number on my phone, and I called it, and I didn't realize that was a Skype number until you said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a blast down in Virginia. I'll tell you what, I heard her briefly. I was trying to call in when she was talking about going up and down the hills with the 4-wheeler. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I almost ended up with I almost got impaled with so I was riding on the back of Rich's 4-wheeler, my feet were sticking out the side, and we were busy looking on the left at the ditch, so we weren't going to go in it. And I last second looked up, and my foot hit a dead tree, and we got up to the top, and there was a big old splinter hanging out of my boot.
Yeah, probably about four inches long. And I thought, oh my gosh, this ain't gonna be good. I said, do you feel it? She's like, kind of. So we're debating on cutting the boot or just pulling it out.
And I said, just pull it out because I don't want to cut my boot.
Yeah.
But luckily, it didn't go into my foot. It went right above.
Right above her toe.
Right above my toes, and I skated out on that one.
Boy.
Yeah, it was pretty long. It went in the boot at least 2 or 3 inches. I mean, it was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But no, I mean, we had a good time. Darce and his.
Right, you're talking about the Crony outing, right?
No, down in Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, we went down to Central Virginia. Yeah.
So.
Rich, let me interrupt you for a second, you two. Sorry. We have a friend whose birthday's tonight or today. Our friend Chris Price, Keen Prospector. Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday.
Chris.
I won't ask any of you to sing tonight, guys.
That's good.
We did that before. It doesn't turn out well.
My voice is still rough.
No.
We don't do it like Dennis Dayton, Rich. So
Nobody does it like Dennis Dayton. Fortunately.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a heck of a night there in Virginia. We had a storm roll in, and we were up on top of a flat. It was like a clear cut, and it was like clay and stuff everywhere. And we're up in this clear cut with all dead stuff around us, and nothing really standing or anything. But man, that thunderstorm was coming across the horizon. You could see it back there, and man, you could hear it because it was thundering and lightning. And me and Karrie standing out in the pouring down rain, grabbing a hold of our canopies. She's on her canopy. I'm on mine, just holding on for dear life, hoping that thing doesn't pick up and fly away.
Yeah,
And we're getting soaked.
Yeah, this year and the thunderstorms with me, we had the big one there in Virginia. And then Lou and I went out on an airboat on the river down there with one of the neighbors, and everything was fine until we turned around to come home, and there was thunder and lightning cracking all over around us on either side. And yeah, I don't like thunderstorms, especially I like them, but I don't like being out in them. And I've gotten caught twice this year now.
Ooh.
Out in them, so I'm hoping that don't happen anymore.
Yeah, Lou's got some cool friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when
Okay, I'll let you guys go. I just wanted to call in.
You can stick around if you want, Rich.
Around, Rich. What are you doing? What are you doing, Rich? Anything?
Oh, I'm actually home. I'm on day shift now. I'm not on second shift anymore.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
They put me on day shift. So after 5 years, I'm back on day shift. So
Cool.
Interesting.
Are you happy?
It's okay. I love my job. So I like where they put me. I'm in charge of another program now. So, and doing other stuff for the government. So
Very cool.
that's good. Still a supervisor. So still got people who work for me. And
As long as you're still the boss, right?
yeah, I just don't know how much I'm going to get out.
Are you still able to do the shows on Wednesday and Sunday now being moved to first shift?
Yep. I was actually on Wednesday night show already, so last week.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I'm not sure on this year. Kind of got in pickle here at home with my air conditioning system. My HVAC system went out, so there goes that fun season. So we'll see what happens.
You just have to figure out another way to get money to go somewhere.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get the gold rush or whatever.
Right, you're a Marine. You'll figure it out.
Well, I know I got some plans, but I got to make them work.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, adapt and overcome.
Yep.
It'll happen.
You got it. That's what Karrie's been doing. Been adapting and overcoming all year.
Oh yeah, she's a heck of a trooper. Let me tell you guys. Oh my gosh,
she is.
As much as we prospected together over the years, and it's been a great time out with her prospecting, and of course with Darth and Lou and Robert and everybody, our little group we go out with, just like you guys got your own little group that you go with. You know, we have our thing that we do, and it's pretty cool. Of course, you know, the cooking, the good food, and camaraderie, and having fun, and
you bet.
You know, that's what it's all about. You know, yeah, we find some gold. You know, sometimes not much, but hey, at least it's better than nothing. You know.
Right. You know it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm so much of a trooper. I'm more on the crazy side because.
No, you've stuck with us through
over and
whatever
over
it takes.
again.
Yeah, well, you stuck with us through thick and thin. So I mean, you hung in there when we were ready to quit, and you were in the water when I said, "The heck with it, I'm getting out." So
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, your body does get wore out. I mean, look at me when I went to Idaho. Man, when I was done, I was done. I was wasted. I mean, I had no energy left.
Did you guys hear about that story, Jess? And
I don't know. Which story?
okay, so Lou and Robert and Ken, we were out a week or a week and a half before Rich came out. And when Rich came, normally I'm like first one in the water, last one out.
Right.
And by the time Rich came out to Idaho, we were waiting until 10, 11, sometimes noon before we got in the water. He's like, "Why aren't you guys in the water yet?" And all I said was, "You'll see." And 2 days later, first day Rich was up at 9, he was in the water. Second day is like 9:30. Third day is 10 o'clock. Yeah, you get wore out quick.
Right.
And especially if you're not eating
Right.
right. If you're not consuming the calories that you need to consume and the protein that you need, it's just not going to work.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what, if you don't take care of yourself while you're out doing this,
Yeah.
there's a lot of bad things can happen to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our birthday boy tonight had a little
Oh
mishap
yeah.
over the event.
Face first at
Face
our
first.
outing. Boom.
Yeah, simply because he wasn't hydrating himself. He wasn't eating.
And that's the mistake a lot of people make. When I first started diving, I did not realize, and especially if you're wearing a regulator in your mouth, the full face mask, I can't comment on that because I've not ever worn a full face mask. But when you're wearing a regulator, you are dehydrating so fast. I have to come up every hour or so to drink a Gatorade or something, because when you're breathing in and out of your mouth, number one, you're not swallowing your spit.
Right.
Mouth is dry, but
Right.
you're breathing out moisture that's not coming back in because you're breathing in dry air. So, yeah, I've learned that one the hard way. So a lot of this is trial by error. And another one for me was I didn't have the snorkel on my dredge when I was out in Idaho. And even though I wasn't near any other dredges, the wind changed and I started you can actually taste exhaust.
Right.
Oh.
And if you're not paying attention, if you're completely focused on the gold and not paying attention,
Oh
you're getting carbon monoxide poisoning. So yeah, it's just little things like that that aren't even on the radar. They were never on my radar when I started.
Right. Until something
happens to
right?
you. Yeah.
Have you thought of ever about going to propane?
Propane for what?
Your dredge.
No, I've never even heard of propane.
It's a lot better in case the wind changes and stuff for the fumes. And
there's a snorkel on my dredge now. See, the problem with mine is I don't know if it was a bad design flaw, but I kept shearing off all the hardware on my snorkel. So once I got down to Alabama, Robert had to figure out a way. He actually added some hardware to it so it would stay on, because I would go down for an hour or so and I'd come up and my snorkel would be gone. Like I'd have to go hunting for it because it would shear off and it would fall off the dredge. So then I was like, well, no, I'm not even going to put the snorkel on because I don't need it.
Right.
Stupid mistake. You do need those snorkels. You know?
There's a reason.
There's a reason for them there to be there. So
Definitely.
a lot of times my stubbornness, and I'm very stubborn, it's a drawback for me because
you learn really good lessons because of your stubbornness.
Okay, we have some callers stacking up. Let me get Robert Dip.
Hey, I'm gonna get going then, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
All right, Rich. Thanks for calling in.
Right. Y'all take care.
You
Bye.
too. We'll bring in Robert Dip. Robert?
Hey, I see Robert.
Robert. Now I know he's not new to this game. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. I called in just to make sure we got a proper singing of a happy birthday.
All right.
Are you gonna sing for us, Bob?
Sure. And I
All
won't
right.
do it unless you want to watch the video.
No, it's okay. We'll leave that to our imagination. Take it away for Chris, our friend, King Prospector.
Okay, Chris, you're one more year older and one more year wiser, we hope. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, our friend Chris. Hope you get a good dredge.
There you go, Chris. James, my brother James. No, I haven't. I will, though. Apparently, there were supposed to be more pins for me, Dano.
Yeah, there's more.
I didn't get them. I only had one in my container.
They were here. And
Huh.
they're still here.
Okay.
Come and get 'em.
They're there. One way or another,
We'll
get
cross
them.
paths again.
Oh,
Always do.
I know. I know.
All right, I'll let you get to the next caller. And Chris, happy birthday. Enjoy. And may you always have a flash in your pan.
There you go, brother. Hey, Robert.
Call in, Robert.
Yeah, you have a question for Karrie or anything?
Well, any questions I got, she already answered through the chat.
Okay.
And I would make a proposition to go to Alaska, but I don't know if I could really keep up with her. I haven't been that active in dredging.
You probably, even if you were, you probably couldn't keep up with her.
I know she probably embarrassed me.
Yeah.
Looking, going, oh dear Lord, you need the strength to keep up.
Yeah, she's a machine. She's a machine.
And she's a youngin', so.
I'll tell you what, from the first year of my prospecting career till now, I am definitely slowing down. So
Oh my gosh, look who just showed up. What's up,
Speak of
Devin?
the devil, look who just rolled in.
Yeah, speaking of the devil. Hey, Double D.
Oh boy, I better get out of here before he realizes I stepped on his territory. Okay. Enjoy, Karrie. Maybe one of these days I'll meet you down at the river.
maybe you never know where I'm gonna end up. I don't know where I'm gonna end up.
It's a small world, Robert. You never know.
Yep.
Oh, and I may end up going down to Gold Rush Days for Labor Day.
Well,
Okay.
make sure you let us know who you are.
Well, I like the idea of people walking by me not knowing who I am. I mean, you already know my insignia. It's on my high banker. You see that, you know it's me.
Yeah. True.
Well, if you make it to Gold Rush Days, you'll know where we are. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
I've already,
Pardon me?
I've already met you three at the one gold show in Ohio about 2 years ago.
The Dayton.
Yeah, Dayton show. That's right.
Matter of fact, Dana was very helpful on getting me up to speed with panning with that type of gold, with that
Gold claw.
pan. in the trough because I wasn't used to that style sand.
No, with the
yeah,
golf ball, you mean.
yeah, it's reteaching yourself all over again.
It took me a while to get the idea.
It took me a year. Actually, it only took me one day. All
Yeah.
day.
Skirts around,
All day.
and it's more like garnet, but it's not garnet. It's like broken up shale with all the gold that's mixed in with it. Okay, well, I'll let you get going. It's almost time to flash raid the next show.
Yeah,
all right.
about a half an hour. Thank you very much,
well,
Rob.
Okay, this battery takes a while to recharge, so I got to get a half hour to recharge.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
All right, catch you later.
All right.
Bye.
And now we have
Bye.
Bigfoot back on, and I'll let him out of the green room. Bigfoot? Hello? Hello, caller. Oh.
Got him unmuted, Ed?
With those options, I have, it says more. I could chat or ask to start video, make host. That ain't gonna happen.
Look down your left
Make
corner
co-host.
where the microphone's at. It says mute, unmute down there where the red bar goes to the bottom.
Yeah. And
Bob
pick
says he's sleeping.
out your, he could be
Colin
Bob.
ain't on, so he's got nothing to do right now.
So we can't hear you till you choose your mic or whatever. Oh well.
Dennis says that he always likes having Karrie at camp. She can manhandle the heavy equipment. Hey, Dennis needs all the help he can get. Oh, he's going on vacation after tonight.
Yeah, he's going to Idaho. Oh, my boss's son is back in the room. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Yep. So, welcome, Tyler.
Well, what's going on in Ohio for a week, Dennis?
Well, Bob's waiting in the room again, so here, let's see if we still can't hear you, Bob. Oh well.
He just wants you to do. He wants you to go so he can carry all his equipment for him. How Dennis is. Yeah, it'd be better if you went. It'd be better for him. We know all about you, Dennis. Heck yes, he says. Hey, Dennis, take me and you carry my stuff.
Bob, put a quarter in the jar.
Oh, he said it.
He said that word.
Oh no. Oh no.
But I have no way to unmute Bigfoot, and he isn't choosing what he has to choose in the lower
cool.
left-hand side.
Luke said he found 3 arrowheads on a hunt this last weekend.
Sorry,
I've never found an arrowhead.
sorry,
You try to look for 'em,
Bigfoot.
though. I mean, you don't literally look for them.
I've found one. I've literally looked for them. I found one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't really.
Right. I mean, you literally have to be looking for
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Or get lucky to spot one where you happen to be looking.
Before it goes up your dredge nozzle.
Well, right. Well, that too. Yeah, I wonder how many of those you sucked up.
Yeah, right.
You'll never know. Oh, thanks, Bob.
All right, thank you, Bob.
should have heard what I was thinking.
Oh, well,
No,
was
I
that
have to hear it.
Bob Bigfoot? Is Bob Bigfoot?
I don't know,
I don't know,
but
but
this is down east detecting.
I know.
I don't know if that's Bigfoot is Bob Drake.
Well, we have Placer Chaser, another Ohio prospector in the waiting room. I'll bring him in. Let's see. And Placer Chaser, you'll have to choose your mic and stuff. There it is. Hello. How are you?
What's going on?
Not
Hello.
much. I liked your video on the maps.
I was just gonna say the same thing. That was a cool video.
Unmute yourself, Placer. There you go.
Very cool video you put out on maps. Very informative. Like that type of stuff.
Thank you, thank you.
There he is.
Maps are awesome. I love them.
Oh yeah. Like I was, they were talking about maps on Sunday's GPS show. I commented on the chat room that I carry an atlas in my car all the time.
Yeah, maps are underrated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
You got to learn how to read, even though all the GPS and stuff is around and easy to use and, you know, readily available for free everywhere, you know, you still, if you can't read a regular paper map, someday you're going to go, oh, I wish I knew how to read this,
Right.
you know? Oh yeah, definitely. But those maps that you were showing were really cool, especially all the different ones. I didn't realize there were that many different maps.
Oh yeah, and then you could download some bigger PDF files that have totally tons of information on them. I was looking for a website for you, Placer Chaser. Someone try and call me on Skype again. Don't call me on Skype. If that's you, Dennis Dayton, you have to use this link right here. But
Yeah, right there, Dennis.
um,
So, do you know of Karrie Placer? What is your
No.
name? Can
No.
I say your real name? What's your name?
Placer Chaser.
That's fine. That's fine. That works. You know, so I don't feel funny about saying that. Have you met Karrie before?
No.
No. She's a friend of ours for a few years. Decided to travel around the country and live the dream.
oh,
Be a
Jesse, are you
prospector.
going to the Buckeye meeting next weekend?
Yeah, I'll be there. That'll be my first one.
Oh,
Are you going, Jesse?
maybe this coming weekend.
Well, it's the second weekend
Yeah.
of the month.
I might show up for Saturday.
Yeah, I'll probably be there too.
Cool. I'll show up. Then I'll be there.
Awesome.
I will be there.
You want to
Cool to
come
meet you
too,
guys.
Dano?
I will be working on things this weekend because I've not been around for the weekends for a while.
Oh, you haven't? Where you been?
California, every weekend's been taken up pretty much.
Yeah. So you, Pastor, do you have a question for Karrie?
How long you been prospecting?
This will be my second full-time season, but I've been I started part-time about 4 years ago, I believe now. So yeah, it's all because of Ed.
It's all Ed's fault.
Hey,
It's all Ed's fault. I
no,
saw it.
know what's great about Karrie saying that? I don't have a wife or girlfriend mad at me.
Yeah, I was messing around on YouTube and one of his videos was a suggested video and I was like, wait a minute, there's gold in Ohio? And from there, oh,
You're welcome, Karrie, or I'm
Thanks, Ed.
sorry.
It's really funny.
Whichever applies.
He's the same reason I started on YouTube is because I seen a suggested video and I watched it and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I showed up to one of his live streams. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a
and-
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and I was like, man, there's a whole community about this, prospecting gold. I thought I was like the only one in Ohio that did this kind of thing. So I started to get into it pretty serious after that.
Oh, dude. So you haven't been to the GP, you haven't been to the Swank yet, have you?
Yeah, I went to the Swank one time.
Oh, okay.
Brought the kids and my wife, and we had a great time. It was awesome. And then this weekend will be the first meeting that I attend.
Nice. It's it only gets worse from here.
Yes, it does. Be careful.
No, I'll tell you what you will find. You will find a lot of great people in this community.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're
You'll
still
never
gonna
look
find,
at a creek or a river the same way.
yeah, you're gonna find your few bad apples, I guess you could call them, whatever.
Todd, Top Cat's here.
But you find those everywhere. But other than that, I mean, I don't know how many people you met at the Swank when you were there.
I met Don, the groundskeeper, and I met
Okay.
a gentleman named Richard. He had his nephew there.
Okay. But you see how those guys were pretty helpful?
Yeah,
They were friendly. That's the way the whole group is.
that's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
what-
you really should try to get to Gold Rush days.
oh,
That's when a
definitely.
lot of us
We'll be there, yeah.
that's when a lot of us will be there. That's when I really took the nosedive. I bought my high banker from Dennis. But there's a lot of good people there. If you've got any questions. Now on the YouTube part, I don't know. Ed keeps asking me when I'm going to start doing YouTube. I don't know if or when I'll start doing it, but
Right.
Well, just like any other social media platform, you're gonna have your haters.
yeah,
You have your non-believers. You're gonna have your whatnots and what fors.
Yeah.
You just gotta like on in our chat room. Try to say something negative on this chat. You will be gone.
right.
Like that. I mean, we don't put up with it. We've got the world's greatest moderator in our room. He's on you like stink on, you know what?
Yep.
Who? Yeah, I remember my boss's son's in here and his friend Griffin. Hey, Griffin Garwood, welcome.
Oh, Top Cat, how you doing, buddy?
And
Griffin,
I'm sure you can be at times, Chris. Watch your language. There's kids in the room.
Gold Rush is iffy, maybe working on an adventure. Where do you think you're going, Patrick?
Oh, no, you'll be there. You'll be there. Yeah, and you live up in Mansfield, Placer. So
Oh,
I,
you live right close by.
I know his real name, but I won't say it because he hasn't gave the green light. So
Dennis, I'm not like some massive bodybuilder over here. His
she
comment,
messed
how
you
much I
up.
can bench press. I mean, I can lift my fair share of weight, but I'm not like I'm not like on steroids over here, so I can lift my dredge.
compared to Dennis, yes.
Except when you're pissed off.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Get in there, doggone Dredge.
Oh yeah.
Iron Woman.
Oh no.
So, find your first gold yet,
Yeah.
Placer?
Yeah, I've found tons. I've been prospecting and gold panning for probably about a year, but I've only went like maybe a condensed amount of like maybe 2 weeks out of that year. But I've got quite a bit for not really getting into it serious. I didn't start getting into it serious till I seen one of your videos, and I was like, hey, there might be more to this. You know what I mean?
Again, you're welcome, or I'm sorry.
Accept your apology.
I don't know you need to be apologizing to him, you may need to apologize to his wife, though.
Do I have another wife that hates me?
She's getting there.
Hey, Placer's wife, ask Jesse. It's all Ed's fault.
It's all his fault. Ask my wife. Carrie, you metal detect? Carrie, you metal detect?
I used to. When I was. See, this is kind of the odd thing. I've been kind of hunting around for stuff since I was little. When I was, I don't know, 12 or 13, I saved up all my money that I could save, and I spent $300 on just I thought it was like the best metal detector ever from Radio Shack.
Hey, $300 for Radio Shack, that's up there, let me tell you.
But this was back in the day, okay? But so I mean, I still have that metal detector. I've not detected in a long time. If I'm ever at a beach, I might take it, but it's not my first love. Let me put it that way.
I hear you. I hear you. We've been seeing you lurking there, Shaws.
That's another thing I was thinking about getting into was metal detecting.
Well, prospecting and metal detecting kind of goes hand in hand.
Right.
Yeah.
There's, like, I've been using my Gold Pro, my Fisher Gold Bug, lately. I also use a pendulum and dowsing rods, too. But I haven't been using those much lately, really. More my detector.
Yeah, you used them last at the outing.
Yeah, but I also use my gold bug too. But
I've never gotten into the pendulum. The dowsing rods, you know, I don't think I'm the best at it. But I know some that are great. Ed, I've seen you use your rods, and
yeah,
it's one of those you either can or you can't, and
right.
I'm one that you just can't.
Right.
So
I'm
I have
right.
to.
Jesse won't.
I won't even try.
He won't touch it or nothing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably my upbringing.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their.
Right.
I don't think.
And trust me, I'm not religious at all. But just my upbringing.
Right. Pendulums kind of freak me out, I have to say.
Tell you the truth.
It just steers me away from it, so.
Tell you the truth, Carrie, when I first started dowsing, it freaked the living kajeebies out of me.
Yeah.
And really when I started using my pendulum, and I'm like, am I stepping into the demon's den?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And then I read some other stuff on it, and one side of the spectrum, it's physics and energy, and everything has an energy source. And on the other side, if you read about it, then you get into the spiritual side of it and the dark side of it and borderline witchcraft side of it,
right,
which I want to totally avoid.
Right?
If I'm using demonic forces or the dead, unsettled dead to find treasure, I'm gonna start being a Jesse.
Yeah.
But if it's really the physics of energy outside of that realm, then hey, it works, and I usually find gold when I use them.
Well,
Right.
and here's the thing. Look at Luke Duke, his comment there. A guy that located a Native American burial site with dowsing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with any of that.
That to me tells me it's not physics.
I'm
Oh,
more of a physics guy. That's why I don't do it.
It's not physics. It's I don't know what it is.
Just go with gold always.
I
Probably
would-
that's probably why I
I'd
don't
rather-
like being out by myself.
I'd rather go look for ghosts. Honestly. Which is, I know it's weird, but you know, as far as dowsing rods, no, I just don't. I don't partake.
Hey, you know, and
Each their own.
Right.
yeah, to each their own,
I
you know.
do find it out.
I think we have Dennis Dayton on the line. Should we make him
No,
wait?
not Dennis. Who let the cat in?
Who let the dog in? Woof woof.
What's up, Dennis?
Mr. Dennis Dayton, long time no see.
Hi,
He's
Dennis.
got his tongue.
I can't.
Unmute, Dennis, unmute.
Looks like he's unmuted.
He's just waving. He's not talking.
Move your lips. Well, I should say speak while you move your lips.
Yeah.
He's trying.
Well, he's either faking talking or he's muted.
Henry
But-
Clinton says I would be partners if the demon would take a 90-10 split.
That's
Come on,
funny.
Dennis.
We can't hear you, Dennis. Dano, you're so good at explaining things.
Do it, Dennis. Just unmute it, all right?
Well, it don't have the mute
Look,
marquee.
now he puts his picture out. He's like, the hell with y'all. I'm just turn all down now.
Here, I'll request him show his picture again. Oh, now he's
Now he's actually muted.
now he's muted.
Now unmute him.
Now unmute.
I
yeah, now
can't.
click it again and unmute and speak.
Oh, now I'm muting him.
Better?
Yeah,
go.
there you go. There you go.
That's Dennis Dayton on Dennis's island.
Aaron said at least he has his shirt on.
Yeah.
Thank
Glad-
goodness.
All miracles.
We didn't get our permits in time, or we got them filled out, but they're trying to do some weird stuff in Idaho. But we did get our water permits, so we've got our dryland dredge nozzles. I took some of my sluices that I make, my Double D sluice and my Dreamcatcher sluice, and we extended both the Gold Hog Viper and the Gold Hog Mini. We've got some long high bankers, and we're taking our Summit Mini trommel, and we have our dryland dredge nozzles. So
I saw those pictures of your sluice boxes.
yeah, see, when you're in the water dredging, you're not allowed to dredge the gravel bars with your dredges. So it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. Now we're going to get to hit all those big gravel bars on the inside bend, which no one can touch. We're going to be running our high bankers, and we can't be in the water, but we can run the gravel bars. So that's a good thing.
But you can suck water out of the river, right?
Yep. We suck water out of the river.
What about your tailings and stuff?
They have to have a settling pond, don't you?
No, as long as the water, when it drains back into the river,
It's
it doesn't
clear.
cause it to be, as long as it's clear, which that's not going to be a problem at all.
Oh yeah, we just let natural filtration clear it out.
Yeah.
And
then,
so,
We're going to be there for 2 weeks, and then when I come back, then I'm going to get the dredge, and I'm headed to Ohio, and I'm going to be in Ohio for a week.
Where at?
No Tell'em Creek.
Oh,
Seen a lot of videos there.
there's several no tell'em creeks.
Yeah, I've never been to No Tell'em. Well, I've never been to No Tell'em Creek in Ohio.
no,
So
it's all stock footage, Blaster.
Yeah, Karrie, you've been to No Tell'em Creek.
okay.
It's where we were at. What was it, last year or year before last?
Dennis, I can barely hear you.
That's where we were at last year. I think it was last year, year before last.
Put your headphones in, Dennis.
Oh, okay. Yes,
That's
I've been to No Tell'em Creek.
Yep.
That's another thing I'm not familiar with is like where you can go pan at. That's why I joined the GPA, just so I wasn't like breaking any laws. That's like another good thing about it.
Well,
Right.
with Ohio, it's pretty tricky since there is no public land to
Right.
speak of. So, and a lot same with Indiana.
Well, see,
So,
I went the looking up public land for camping and hunting route, and the only thing that I found was AEP land. If you're familiar with that, it's owned by an electric company.
yeah.
You're allowed to hunt on that land, and if you get their permission, technically that's public land. But I don't know about panning on that land yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from them.
Well, I know companies like that out west, like Crown Pacific Logging and Warehouser. They own the land. It's private land. It might be next to National Forest or DNR land, but they open it up to the public use in lieu of they get big tax breaks when they open it up to public use. So, but I would go down to their offices and get prospecting permits so I'd get access to locked gates.
Yeah, here in Ohio, if you have a landowner that's got a creek,
Hit them up,
hit them up.
especially
Get
where
permission
you
to check it out.
live.
Yeah, especially where you live, in that area you live. Definitely, if you know any of the farmers out there or anybody with property that has a creek running through it, hit them up, see if you can get permission. It's always worth a try.
But make sure you get it in writing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not legal unless it's in writing.
Correct them.
Isn't everything?
Yeah, but there's gold just right at your back door if you're in Mansfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should come visit you.
Oh, you're not very far from me at all. I'm in Creston.
I don't know where Creston's at, but I'm near Mansfield. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
not near.
I'm over by Worcester area.
Okay, I know where Worcester's at.
Yeah, I'm north of there about 20 minutes. So
Yeah, because in that area, every time I'm down there, I'm always seeing creeks that I'd love to go check out, but I don't know the owners or anything like that.
Right.
So it's, but if you're from that area and you know some of those people, heck yeah, hit them up. It's always worth. It's the worst I can do is say no.
That's
Right.
right.
And if they let you go on there and you happen to come on a small creek that's holding some good gold, then there it is for you.
Trust me, I've been looking.
That's what you got to do.
Are you coming to Gold Rush Days, Dennis?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Excellent.
Well, I'm not going to Roaring Camp this year. So, Roaring Camp, usually it's when I go there for a week every year. I'm not going this year. It usually is the week that Gold Rush Days, but I'm going to try to get it to where I go to Roaring Camp a different week because I miss hanging out with everybody.
Right. Yeah, that's Gold Rush Days is especially for us out here on the east. I mean, that's like our biggest.
It's like a miner's rendezvous.
Right.
Yeah.
Miners from all over.
Right. I was sad I missed the last.
You missed a good outing.
I know, dude. It's been crazy at work. We already had an overtime spot. One of the guys went out because he had to have knee surgery. So it put everybody in a bind, man. We were, and I thank goodness I didn't have to go in tonight at 8 o'clock. I don't have to go in till midnight. But it's my last night to work, and I haven't even been on my show. So I mean, I'll be able to make tomorrow's show finally.
Cool.
But it's been hectic at work. Now I gotta. Hopefully we got room. I mean, we're gonna have to pack probably some type of a dolly or something. I mean, I was wanting Karrie to go. I mean, I have to throw the pumps on a dolly. Karrie, whip it up in one hand, throw it over her shoulder, and carry it to the creek.
See, I told you, Karrie. I told you that was his reason.
I gotta something.
I ain't gonna be your damn workhorse, Dennis.
He wasn't thinking about you being in Alaska or anywhere he's going. He was thinking about you being there to help him. But we know.
I'm excited. I can't wait. One more
I
night,
bet.
just tonight, and that's it. I'm done. I'm done for a month.
Awesome.
You'll have fun.
Oh yeah.
You know it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, you and Tim both missed a great time.
I know.
But we understand, Dennis.
I was looking forward to going to that.
It was fun, dude.
One of the outings that I definitely was looking forward to was that one.
Even had a big pot of hobo stew over the fire.
Oh man.
Tony, I don't want to hear it, Dano.
Full of meat,
And I didn't put any garlic in it just for you.
Oh my gosh.
It was good. Good.
I've missed out on a hobo stew the last 3 years.
Oh, dude. It was fun making it too.
Is there gonna be any at Gold Rush Days?
Oh, I don't know. Are you making some?
Well, let's just say no, because every time Dano says something about making a hobo stew, something comes up and I can't make it. So
okay, no.
I've never had it, so y'all are gonna have to tell me what this stuff is.
Hobo stew is something that was developed back during the Depression.
Okay.
Actually, there's even an older story about it, but we'll go with this one for now. During the Depression, all the hobos traveling across country on the railroads, right?
Yeah.
Freights going here looking for work and this and that. Well, none of these guys had really any money or food, but they would have a potato, they would have a carrot, they would have this, this, that, or that, and they'd meet up in different parts of the country where they had these camps, and they would all pitch into a big pot of water, and they'd throw their carrot in, throw their potatoes, and like I say, one guy stole a chicken, and put some protein in there, just whatever they had available. Ours had sausage in it, and venison steak, and potatoes, carrot,
Oh, nice.
corn.
It was good.
Had deer meat in it.
Yeah, it was
Venison, you name it, raccoon, porcupine.
And what it was, everybody, onions, everybody from the event, most everybody brought a little something.
Something.
Yeah.
That we threw in there, So, and that's what we had Saturday night for dinner. It was awesome.
Nice.
It was great.
And thank you for the super chat, Placer Chaser.
Yes,
It's a thumbs up.
I saw that.
And we all sat around community fire and ate together, everybody.
Yeah, we all sat and.
Except for 3 of us had a dessert of crickets.
Yeah, 3 people had dessert of crickets. As they walked away, their legs started chirping.
Gross.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was good,
Yeah,
David.
it was a good time, Dennis. You missed out.
I know I did.
There'll be another one, bro. There'll be another one.
Your
I
buddy
plan on coming to
Shan-
that one.
Yeah, you gotta let me know about that one.
Shan-
Will do,
Shan
Karrie.
won the cricket eating contest.
But I will forgo the cricket eating contest.
He won the cricket eating, and you know what he won? Believe
What?
it or not, just out of pure chance, a buffalo round.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 1 ounce copper buffalo round.
Nice.
And
For eating cricket?
Yep,
I'm not eating a cricket hopper.
a bag of dried crickets. It was.
I don't care if it's wet. I'm not eating no cricket for copper.
Oh, Shad was a good sport.
Yep, Shad, Eminem Prospecting Mike, and our good old buddy Ed here. They all did the contest, the challenge.
Nice.
Yeah, it was for a good cause. That Randy Hershey, he's in really bad shape, and he's really good to some smaller channels like
Yeah.
HD Shovelhead's channel and BJ the Crow and Eminem Prospecting and others I hear, and he lives vicariously through us, and it was him that wanted Mike from Eminem to do this contest during the
Okay.
outing.
Yeah, he
So-
sent a package with the round and the crickets, and said it was for the outing to challenge a couple people there. So that's what happened. It was
Sent
fun.
the crickets too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sent the crickets too. Oh, absolutely. They're
Nice.
they were a box of dried flavored crickets. Not
Yeah,
crickets, you can buy them in a lot of places.
I see
probably.
Dennis shaking his head like, no.
Nope.
It's Dennis, you know the cracker eating contest? We try to eat a whole mouthful of crackers.
It's a lot like that.
Because it's too dry.
All I tasted was vinegar and salt, and I had to pull a couple of Jiminy Cricket legs out of my mouth.
Oh my
It wasn't
with
too
Dennis.
bad.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna no.
Yeah.
I think I complained once about, hey, I'm not John the Baptist. He might have been to eating locusts or grasshoppers or whatever, but
You know, you'd have had a contest like a Snickers eating contest. I'd have won that hand.
And now, if it was a Reese's peanut butter cup contest,
They couldn't have beat Ed.
Oh shit.
They couldn't have beat Ed. Not on Reese cups.
See, I can't eat chocolate, so.
Oh, he buys a 4-pack of Reese cups and he hammers them.
Bam,
Oh.
bam, bam. It's that hyperglycemia I have, mine. I need that intake.
What's that old slogan? There's no wrong way to eat a Snickers.
Right. Yeah. Jaron, I think you're right, Jaron. Jaron says, I'm starting to think Prospector is their own gold.
Yeah.
There's no right way.
We need to be careful with comments like that, Jaron. We'll have Nugget Brain calling in, giving Karrie the Nugget Brain challenge.
No, I don't know what that is, but I do not do challenges.
Or
That's
Todd,
a good
Todd
thing.
be talking about Daniel's balls.
My balls are the best, and this year they're either going to be chunky or smooth.
Dano has some mighty tasty balls, I have to admit. Oh, God.
Look at Karrie's face. What are you talking about?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
There's two things that I always say. Number one, if you don't want to see any naked people, don't come to a gold claim. And number two, nothing is off limits when you're talking to minors. So whatever, you know.
You're just talking about Buckeyes, Karrie.
Buckeye balls.
Birthday dance.
They're Buckeye balls.
Birthday dance. Do an outing where I'm at.
What, Dennis?
What, Dennis?
I said, don't want a birthday dance. Don't come do an outing where I'm at.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. We do have a birthday boy in the chat room, though, Dennis.
He was. I think he's lurking.
You know Chris Price and Caitlin.
Oh yeah.
Keen Prospectors B-Days today.
Oh man.
But our buddy Bob Dipp already sang for him.
Yeah. He took
So we
your
don't need
job.
to hear you sing.
Oh, I'm not worried about the singing. Did anybody dance for him?
Oh no!
I've got a good birthday dance that goes with that song.
Oh no!
I think Karrie, you've seen it, haven't you?
Probably.
Well, I saw the dance you did behind Jeff Miller.
As I'll say, it's about like he's dry humping the poor guy.
That's the birthday dance.
I've seen
I've
it.
seen it. I've seen it. Yes. Once is enough, Dennis.
I just noticed that everybody's wearing a hat besides her.
Karrie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really wear hats. I mean, I used to, but
I wear a hat because I have hair.
no, I just have mine always pulled back. So it's the same thing you guys are doing. I just don't have the hat.
Right.
I'm just hiding the bald spots, all I'm doing.
Everybody gets mad at my hair, so I hide it.
I get mad at my own hair, so I hide it.
I shave mine off, so
Well, it's after 10. I gotta wake up, and I'm gonna head over to my friend's gym show afterwards.
Flash mob, flash raid.
Yeah, over to the video calling show. If any of you would like to join us for the flash raid, flash mob over at video calling show, I'll
Yeah,
get a
me too,
link.
Bob Dip. Too lazy to run a comb through it, so I cover it with a
Bare
hat.
minimum, but please run a virus
Yeah,
protection
yeah,
software.
same here. Just throw it back in a clip.
Thank you very much,
My hair
Jaron.
anymore.
Well, Karrie, it's been fun having you here tonight.
Absolutely, I had
Again,
a great time.
Yeah, you know, it was fun to get in touch with you again. I haven't talked to you in a while.
missed you.
I'm glad things are going fairly good for you. I mean, you know, like we say, you know, you just gotta
Ditto.
adapt and move on.
Yeah, you gotta keep on keeping on.
You bet.
That's right, sister.
So hopefully this year you'll have a little more time to get some video out. That'll be really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I might. Next time I see you guys, I might chit chat with you because with YouTube, I've got no clue. I know how to, pull it up, but to edit videos and to do all that stuff,
That's where
I
we all
have no
start.
clue.
That's where we all start,
Yeah.
right? So
So,
just a
but
matter.
you never know what I'm gonna do.
Oh no, that's
I don't know what I'm gonna do. So you never know. I might come out with my own YouTube. Who knows?
Hey,
I think you should do it.
You might start doing something and actually find a niche that will draw a lot of people in.
Well, she already has a niche within a niche.
True.
Because she has full-time in.
Right.
Okay. And then she has gold and, travel vlogging full-time in and gold prospecting. Niche within a niche in a niche. Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Wow, you're pretty nichey.
Yeah.
Callum, I'm looking to cure that.
Well,
Oh.
but yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I had a great time, and
it was our pleasure, Karrie.
You bet.
I can't wait to see you on the river again.
yeah, absolutely, and hopefully this time I won't go completely dark, and keep in touch and go from there.
Along with you, Plaster Chaser, thanks for joining us as part of the show. Dennis Dayton, it's always good to see you, my friend, our friend. Toledo Jess and Dano, the two best. Sorry, Mr. Tim Grimes, but I got the best co-hosts in the world.
Yeah.
You're gonna start a channel war. Don't be doing
No. They're part of the Flash. They're part of the Flash fam.
Right, they're our friends. We're not in competition with them.
They're great hosts and co-hosts too. And sometimes we even have one of them join us. Like we do now. Two of them joined us.
Yep.
So they're all part of the Flash fam. Hey, Eddie Smallhorn, welcome. Thank you.
Eddie Smallhorn, how you doing? We got Ed and Eddie.
That's right. Hey, Reminds me of
cartoon,
a
wasn't it?
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great guys. Ed and Eddie.
Yeah. I'm
One was
Ed.
ED, one was EDD, and one was Eddie.
Yeah.
Dennis, have a great time out in Idaho. I hope you find lots.
All right. I'll
Definitely.
get a hold of you, Karrie, when I get back and when I get
Okay.
ready to head to Ohio.
All right, sounds good.
Let us know, Dennis.
Oh, I will.
Later,
Guys,
Dennis.
just have to keep watching. Where I'm at, I don't have any signal, so I'll probably try to in the evenings at least get a video uploaded. Maybe like when I go in to do laundry or something, I'll try to get a video uploaded or go Facebook Live and give updates whenever I get signal.
Yeah, there you go.
There'll be lots of video, and hopefully I'm showing lots of gold. So
Yeah, we hope so.
should be, and I always do this. It's for the Dennis Dayton Club fan. You guys know what it is, the patrons. I always have what I call a Christmas in July. Guess what? I'm going to Idaho to get some gold. So there should be some happy people by the end of this month.
Cool.
Right.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you all for joining us out there. It's because of you out there we do what we do here, right, guys?
You bet.
All right. So until then, may you always have a flash in your pan.
Yeah, you know what he's going to say next.
That's right, because it happens. Ask a lot of people. Maybe
You bet.
one day, too, we'll all meet you on the rivers. So until next week, guess what? We're out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, Dennis.
Night.
Good night,
Night.
Blanchard. Good night, Ed.
Night, guys.
Blaster Chasers, Dennis, Karrie, thank you, Dano, Jesse, Flash Raid.
Flash Ray. Here
Flash
we
Ray.
go.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy.
Take it easy.